Okay, we're gonna get on with it. I'm a little frustrated this morning because I've lost a couple of my background scenes. So we're coming at you very natural today on Till Tuesday. Thank you for being here with us. Man, I will tell you this: the Florida Gators making the Final Four is really, really cool, right? Oh yeah, and what's going to happen? I mean, who's going to win this thing? Florida, Auburn play. You got Houston and Duke. I don't even know who the favorites are. I haven't even pulled the lines up on this. Florida has beaten Auburn at Auburn. Could Auburn be due to catch Florida? They got a pretty good coach. And, if you ever played a game with anyone, he'll take every edge. The Auburn coach. You got a young coach in Todd Golden. Then on the other side, you got Houston and Duke. Who wins these games? I don't even want to predict it. I'm a Gator through and through. I'm going to pull for the Gators every time they play. If they can win two more games, they can win a national title. You're listening to the Teal Shirt Report podcast, and we will call this episode show number 16. Isn't that Trevor Lawrence's number with the Jaguars? I think it is. Trevor Lawrence. Photos. Jags. I'm pretty sure he's 16. He is. We got some good numbers coming up, 17 and 18 in the future. But Trevor Lawrence, he's the guy. The offense sputters. He's got to pull it up out of the fire. And we promised the last go around, of course, college basketball. Give me your thoughts. Who's going to win it? Florida, Auburn, Houston, Duke. It's a Final Four in my bracket. I had Florida making it to the Sweet 16. In my bracket, I only did one bracket. I would never do more than one bracket. Some years I don't do a bracket. But I did have Houston, and I had Duke in my bracket. Florida and Auburn, I did not. Even though I'm a huge Florida Gator fan, I was playing more with doing it with my head than my heart. But I do have two teams still alive for my bracket, but I'm not going to win the contest or the or the money or the small change or whatever it is. But you got Florida, Auburn, Duke, and Houston. Let me know in the comments who's gonna win that thing. Yeah, Final Four, college basketball. You're tuned in to the Teal Shirt Report podcast till Tuesday. We'll also call this and frame it episode show number 16. Trevor Lawrence's number. He's the huge part of the offense. Liam Cohen has said in the past few days that they're wanting to win now. The Jaguars and their head coach want to win now. You got Gladstone, the general manager, Tony Bazzelli, the executive vice president of football operations. They want to win now. Final Four again, Florida, Auburn, Duke, Houston. Who wins it? Give me your thoughts in the comments about the Final Four in college basketball. I know college sports has changed a lot, over the last 5-10 years or more. NIL plays a part in, college football, college basketball, etc. So they're down to the Final Four. Florida's in, Auburn's in, Houston and Duke are in. And they will play this weekend. I think all the Final Four games are on Saturday. Then the championship game will be next Monday, I believe, is how the schedule runs. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I think that's how they do it now. They've been doing that for a few years. So the teams get a little bit of rest, get some practice time in. If they're bruised up, they can, that's more of a football thing. But if they got an ankle sprain or any kind of small minor injury, they can get better in the next few days. After all, this, my friends, is Teal Tuesday, and the games will be played Saturday. Florida playing Auburn, Duke and Houston. I'm not making any picks. I'll let you make the picks in the comments. If you feel a certain team is going to win the whole thing, let me know in the comments, or any kind of comments for that matter, here on Teal Tuesday. We do talk about the Jaguars predominantly on Till Tuesday. Trevor Lawrence wears number 16. This is episode show number 16 of the Teal Shirt Report podcast. I lost my coffee mug in the background. You know, we do have the Teal Shirt Report logo in the top right-hand corner, executive producer. We're 5 minutes in. Yes, the Clay County Fair, which is right next door to Duval, kind of like up in that corner southeast Alabama where Georgia and Alabama come together. We got a county line here. In fact, several county lines. But, and you know that Uncle Cracker, April 3rd, will be at the Clay County Fair. I think Sugar Ray is going to be there on April the 3rd to kind of kick off the fair, and it'll run April 3rd through April the 13th. There's other shows coming. Chicago, Rick Springfield will be coming to Northeast Florida too. Check the bigjreport.com Neighbors 2 section. You'll find links to Mad Max's Wednesday night show, the madmaxmix.weebly.com. Max does a great show, and he's back from a recent surgery he had a few weeks ago. He's been back, I think, for almost a month or more now, doing his show, and Max sounds great. Check out the madmaxmix.weebly.com. Max's show at, let's see, it's 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. It runs for 2 hours, 6 till 8 Central Time, 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock Eastern Time on Wednesday nights. JC and his show is Thursday nights at Lake Eufaula Hits, LakeEufaulaHits.com. Great internet radio where it's all good. Both of these shows take your request. Max will give you his phone number on Wednesday nights. You can text him or call him. JC has a chat box at LakeEufaulaHits.com, where on Thursday nights, he'll answer you on the chat box, and he'll probably, if he's able to get and able to find it, he'll get your song on. Nights, live in the pub with JC at LakeEufaulaHits.com. Absolutely great internet radio where it's all good. And for your real estate needs, you know who it is. Saucer Realty and Capital. You got a few pictures up on the wall there. That it's hard to see it. I mean, I got to get a better camera, but look like a wolf over there on the right. But it's actually a Jaguar. Man, we got to get a new camera. You're absolutely right, executive producer JC. I lost my background, for some reason. We absolutely lost our coffee mug background, so we'll work on getting some of those backgrounds put up. But man, I got in a hurry. Got to do Till Tuesday. It's early in the morning. Clouds in Duval. It'll clear out late tonight. We still have about a 20% chance of rain. Highs today starting to warm up to around 85. Lows at night around 66. Not as much wind, maybe a slight amount of fog in the morning, but not much. 20% chance of rain is what we have for today on April the 1st, April Fool's Day. Man, I feel like a fool. I mean, I got on here and my background is messed up, but man, we know in the broadcast industry, the show must go on. And we did take a Teal Tuesday off last week, but this is Teal Tuesday today on April the 1st. Let's get to the mock drafts. By the way, Saucer Realty and Capital, another one of our fine sponsors, Saucer Realty and Capital, for your real estate needs in North Florida, whether it's home, residential, business, or commercial real estate. Saucer Realty and Capital. They're selling homes in, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Lake City, Live Oak, and even a little bit south of that line in North Florida as well. I have been looking, and I like this when I've got the low picks or the high picks, whichever way you want to go, the early picks. How about that? I'm looking at Yahoo Sports' latest 2025 NFL mock draft. They got Cam Ward, number 1, the quarterback out of Miami. And, we looked at this mock draft a few weeks ago, and it had Travis Hunter going to the Giants. Now there's talk that Travis Hunter may go as high as 2 to the Cleveland Browns. He's a cornerback / wide receiver out of Colorado. Now, the New York Giants at number 3, what do they do? What do the Gents do, the New York Giants? Yahoo Sports has Shadir Sanders penciled in at number 3 for the Giants, quarterback out of Colorado. Number 4, you've got, man, I like, this might be a really super pick. At number 4, Armand Mimbu, a guard out of Missouri, going to the New England Patriots. The guy that's coaching the team now that used to play for the Patriots, he sees the need to get that offensive line. But let's see if that's the way they go. I was hoping the Jaguars would go that way. The Jaguars have signed, a couple of really good free agent offensive linemen, it would appear. And hopefully all the guys stay healthy. I still think the Jags need to go with an offensive lineman, particularly an offensive tackle early. But Yahoo has the Jaguars penciled in to take Mason Graham, the defensive tackle out of Michigan, at number 5. Again, the number 1 pick by the Titans is projected right now by Yahoo to be Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami. At number 2, Travis Hunter, cornerback wide receiver out of Colorado. Number 3, the Giants going with Deion's son. Man, this, I don't want to say anything bad about Shadir, but man, this could blow up. I just got a feeling. But he's a talented guy. I'm not sure he's a top 5 pick. That's just my opinion. Number 3, Shadir Sanders, quarterback out of Colorado, going to the New York Giants, according to Yahoo. Number 4, apparently the Patriots like Armand Mimbu, a guard out of Missouri. The fifth pick overall, Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan. I have seen his film. I really want offensive tackle, left tackle out of LSU, Will Campbell. That's who I want. But I've looked at the film with Mason Graham. He's a run stuffer, low to the ground guy. He looks smaller to me than he is because he's really stocky and low to the ground. And I've watched the film. Man, this guy is a run stuffer. No doubt a defensive tackle. Mason Graham could go number 5 to the Jaguars. But that is the latest Yahoo Sports, their latest 2025 NFL mock draft. The draft is coming up, can we say it, late this month now in Green Bay. We're only, my goodness, what are we, 3 or 4 weeks away from the draft? About 3.5 weeks away from the draft as we record this particular podcast on April the 1st of 2025. I think the Jags need to go offensive line, even though they've signed 2 or 3 offensive line free agents. I think it's about finding an all-pro at left tackle. Because right now, if you draft the young guy out of Michigan, then you're probably saying Walker Little is going to start at left tackle, right? Right? If you draft the left tackle out of LSU, Will Campbell, you're saying, man, Will Campbell's probably going to be a starter for a long time at left tackle for the Jaguars, and I might like that, actually. Walker Little, what does he do then? Do they move him to guard? Probably not. They've never moved him to guard in the past. He becomes either the swing tackler, he plays on the right side. You got a guy on the right side that was a late first round pick out of Oklahoma in Anton Harrison, who's penciled in at right tackle. Some people think he might have a left tackle body. Training camp decides and gets all this worked out. Liam Cohen, the head coach of the Jaguars, says they want to win now. They win now. Trevor Lawrence has got to be healthy. That O-line has got to be on the money. Travis Etienne will be back with the Jaguars unless unless a trade happens or something out of the ordinary happens. It looks like he's going to be back in kind of a contract year because this will be his option year. The Jaguars did renew his option for a 5th year back when they did the same thing for Trevor Lawrence, but then Trevor Lawrence got the huge contract. He actually got the huge contract. Not too long after the 5th year options were given out to quarterback Trevor Lawrence and the running back Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne wears number 1. Trevor Lawrence wears 16. And this is episode show number 16 of the Teal Shirt Report podcast. Teal Tuesday. Teal Tuesday. Let's pronounce it right. I want to thank my executive producer, JC. Also, Alex Nunnery, another producer. Alex has been busy. Got a lot going on. Happy belated birthday to Alex Nunnery, by the way. And John Gaylor, thanks for all the info. John and I messaged back and forth concerning the draft, the NFL. John did mention, and we mentioned this on the last podcast, that this guy, Todd Golden, that's a head coach of the Florida Gators, I think he may be, and I think John said he may be the youngest coach ever to take a team to the Final Four. He does have head coaching experience. Todd Golden coached the San Francisco Dons for 2 or 3 years before he took the Florida job. And he's done a heck of a job. Look at the talent. The starting guard for Florida that seems to get them out of trouble whenever they get in trouble late in the game. They went on a huge run or they would be back home now. Texas Tech had Florida down by 8-10 points. Florida made an incredible run. I think there were as many as 4 3-point shots within a period of 2 or 3 minutes. The Gators came from behind, and not only did they won by 5 points. Florida 84, Texas Tech 79. Final Four set, Florida, Auburn on one side, Houston and Duke on the other side. Give me some comments. Who's going to win it? And what's going to happen in the draft? We gave you the Yahoo Sports mock draft for the top 5 selections. We did want to touch on a little bit of a mock draft, and we did this morning on Teal Tuesday. I'm Scott, your host for the Teal Shirt Report podcast. And yes, did I forget anything? Well, if I did, go to bigjreport.com. The Neighbors 2 section, you got the links for the Lake Eufaula Hits and JC's Live from the Pub show on Thursday nights and Mad Max's show, the Mad Max Mix.weebly.com. There's links for Mad Max's Wednesday evening show as well. Check us out. Links for Social Religion Capital on the homepage near the 24/7 North Florida weather reports. That's going to do it for Teal Tuesday. I'm Scott, your host for the Teal Shirt Report podcast. Draft is approaching in the next, 3.5 weeks. Who should the Jags take at number 5? They've got 10 picks throughout the draft. It's going to be interesting. Am I optimistic? Well, we'll see. I am probably excited about it because I want to see who the Jaguars are going to pick, particularly in the first 3 rounds of the draft, the key early rounds. But then there's gems, from the 4th to the 7th round, there's going to be gems on day 3 as well. We'll keep up to date with the draft at bigjreport.com and our Big J Report Facebook group. And check us out on the Teal Shirt Report podcast. This has been Teal Tuesday. Please leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel if you would and will. We'd be grateful, and give us a like too. This has been the Teal Shirt Report podcast on Teal Tuesday, April the 1st. You guys have a great day. We'll be back again real soon. Subscribe to the channel. Then you know when we're here. I'm Scott, your host for the Teal Shirt Report podcast. Have a great day. Have a great Teal Tuesday, and have a great rest of the week, whatever day you're listening to us. Have a great day. I'm Scott, your host. This has been the Teal Shirt Report podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.